Cheers, YouTube. Hope you're doing well. We've got a little bit of a snow day going on out there. We got 12 inches. Boom! Landed right on us. Wet, heavy crap, and it's about 2 o'clock now, and I finally was able to get the driveway all shoveled out and stuff, and I was like, well, we had to close the store today, actually, for it. It's a Saturday. And figured, hell, let's brew beer. So I had a batch ready to go. I've been kind of putting it off. And we've got our strike water here. This will be the first all-grain batch I've done since the wedding beers. So it's been quite a while. And this batch is actually kind of interesting because it's a variation on a recipe. I've never done it on YouTube, but it's a variation on a recipe. It's a French lager. And this is the Maison de Non, the French ale that I brewed up for the wedding. It's actually one of the last pints. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. So this used the White Labs French ale yeast. And so what I'm going to do with this recipe, I changed up the grain and hops just a little bit from that light French lager clone. And I was cloning a Kronenbourg, if you're curious, or if you don't remember from the last videos, because I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before. But so ended up, we're going to do 7 pounds of Pilsner German, 1 pound of Bonlander Munich, half an ounce of Magnum for 60, half an ounce for 30, and then 2 ounces of Strisselspalt at 5. Gonna ferment it with the French ale yeast, which is kind of saison-y, almost like 3711. And then while it's cooling down, when we've got it cooling down, we're going to get a pound of honey incorporated into that. So the original recipe is just 6 pounds of Pilsner, 1 of Munich, and then 6 ounces of Strisselspalt, 2 at 60, 2 at 30, and 2 at 5. This Strisselspalt last shipment we got in was real low alpha, 1.2, and I was like, man, I don't want to increase, I don't want to have to put in, like 8 ounces or 10 ounces of Strisselspalt. So that's why I switched out the Magnum. Magnum's sitting at 12.4 alpha, so that's going to get the job done pretty quick. So yeah, so we're going to do an all-grain brew day. Being a Pilsner, I'm going to mash it for at least an hour, hour and a half, probably an hour and a half to make it nice and crisp and dry at about 150 degrees. I'm not going to want to go much above that. Drain it off and we will boil it in the haunted house. It's really windy out there, and like I said, it's a mess, so kind of improvising here. This is one of the reasons why I was thinking about maybe getting an electric setup. I don't know. Just might have to do that because, yeah, the haunted house is still up. Didn't end up taking that down, and it's just full of stuff everywhere, so I kind of cleared a spot for it. Looks like it's going to be safe to have the propane burner there, so we're going to do it. So yeah, without further ado, I believe, yeah, we got just a couple more degrees here to heat it up, and then we will do the dough in. So, here we go. Okay, so mash tun at the ready here, valve is closed, let's get this incorporated. The mash tun was in a cool spot, so I heated the water a little bit more than I probably needed to. So we're going to mix in our 5-2 stabilizer here. I use it religiously. Love it. It takes all the guesswork out of it for me. Plus it looks like magic. I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to take my grains here. And just get them doughed in. So here we go. Ooh, ooh, beautiful. And I typically, when it's winter time, mash indoors. So we're still in the basement right now. I just decided to mill all my grains into a paper bag this time. Why waste the plastic? No need. Smaller grain bill, we almost always grind them into paper bags, especially if folks are going to be brewing relatively quickly thereafter. So, but for the big stuff, of course, we use a plastic bag, a big old heavy plastic bag that can just keep it fresh. keep it loaded. Okay. I'm not seeing dough balls here, so I'm going to go ahead and take my handed and a thermometer. Yep, you'll notice that I'm still using the, I don't know what you'd consider it, manual thermometer, the non-digital one. Yeah, basically the digital one's pooped out on me, and I was like, you know, we'll just use this, and honestly, it's worked out just fine. So I'm not seeing any dough balls there. Looks good. Set that aside for the time being. Check that out. Let's see, I'll zoom you in here. Whoops, wrong way. Still getting used to the camera. Whoop. Let's focus, come on. Yeah, it's like, what are you doing to me? Oh, and of course the end came out there. It was sitting right at 150. Yeah, let's see. See, check that out. 151 right there. So I'm thinking that looks pretty darn good. We're just gonna go ahead and poke it around here, make absolutely sure that it's even. You know, they've got a little bit of lag time, but it's, you know, if I notice a sharp increase or decrease, then I'll worry. Cool. And away we go. Now this is going to sit here for at least, I'm thinking at least an hour, of course. I'm probably going to let it sit for an hour and a half to 2 hours, somewhere around there. So we will see you in a while. So now it is time to run our Vorloff. Away we go. Whoops. Because it helps if I get everything in the right spot, huh? Away we go. And we'll basically just keep doing this until it's running clear. Smells delicious, so I'm excited. And then, of course, returning the Vorloff here back into the mash tun. I'll just set that right now, so back in it goes, nice and gentle across the top. Easy breezy. Okay, so we've got the heat on now in the kettle. This is our sparge water, heated up, 170, lovely. I'm going to set that aside for just a moment. And I may get in front of the camera here a little bit. It's a little tricky the way this is all oriented in here, but so our lovely grains there. The sparge went lovely. I figured I'd speed that up for you. You don't need to see me draining liquid and it's not very exciting. So we'll just get this. We're only going to do about half this. It calls for about just over 5 gallons of sparge. So what I'm going to do is incorporate, say, just a little over half this, because it was a little shy. Yep, that works. And then I'm going to add a little bit more water to this to get to that point, and we will heat that up to 170 while this is setting and draining into the kettle here. And the goal is to get this sparged in just 2 iterations, and hopefully by the time we're done with the second one, the boil will be going on. So, you know, I think I'm just going to skip ahead now to the boil, because I'm just going to be doing the same thing you've seen over and over and over again. Why repeat ourselves? Isn't that what hell is? You're doomed to repeat yourself or whatever? I don't know. So we'll see at the boil, you two. So here we are in this beautiful boil. Look at that. Nice full volume here. Did that because we are going to basically be boiling this for at least 90 minutes. 90 minutes is my goal because Pilsen base, you know, you want to drive off that DMS, so 90 minutes does the trick. I may dial it down just a little bit there. It doesn't have to be, don't have to go crazy there, but I want to, there we go. That's good. Okay, so we're sitting here right at 212 exactly. Not sure if you can see that or not. There you go. Sitting at 212 exactly. Just made it past a little bit of a hot break. I had to scoop a little bit of the foam out. Never a problem if you need to do that. I actually learned that from my good friend Eric. It does not affect your head retention or anything like that. Works great. So just to get a little bit of that excess foam out of the way. So now we're going to begin timing this, and in 30 minutes we're going to add our first hop addition, which is going to be half an ounce of Magnum. Boil that for 30 minutes, and then add another half ounce of Magnum, German Magnum. Boil that for another 25 minutes, and then we'll add 2 ounces of the French Strisselspalt to give us that just wonderful aroma that Strisselspalt provides. So, yeah, we're just going to let this sit here and boil. So we'll see you at the first hop addition. And we are now at our 60-minute addition. It has been half an hour. We've got our half ounce of German Magnum. In it goes for 30 minutes. Keep an eye on it here. Make sure there's no problems. I may turn the gas up just a hair. It has gotten cooler in here. We'll just keep that going. Temperature, yeah, it's sitting right at 212, so we are at boiling temperatures. Man, you can really see how that German Pilsner malt, that protein is just incredible. First time I ever used it, I could not believe the amount of, protein buildup it had. But yeah, look at that. That wonderful sort of cascading motion there. That's what you want to see. So, yep, and we're sitting right at 212. I'm not sure if you can see that there, but right at 212 on the thermometer. Alrighty, we're going to let this go for half an hour now. We'll see you in a bit. And we are at our flavor hop edition. Away it goes. Oh, smells wonderful. I wish there was smell-o-vision. It's so good. Oh my goodness sakes. Look at that protein, man. I just can't get over that. It's so chunky. Good old Pilsner malt, German Pilsner. Alright, we're going to let this go for 25 minutes and we will see you for 2 ounces of Strisselspalt. Delicious, delicious Strisselspalt. It's the last 5 minutes of the boil. Here we go. 2 ounces of absolutely wonderful French Strisselspalt hops. Oh, they have such a beautiful aroma. If you've never tried this one, I highly recommend it. Okay, here we go. Strisselspalt. The green begins. I, of course, have my spray bottle at the ready. It's a little concave because it's literally freezing cold out here. Let's see if I can... Where's my face? Oh, you can't see it. Above all the steam, all the heat. But it's freezing cold out here. And kind of a little bit windy outside, so that's why we're brewing in the haunted house. You do what you gotta do. Oh, it smells wonderful. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did add the wort chiller and a little bit of Irish moss. So everything in here is kind of your standard. You got your wort chiller, you got your clarifier, last minute or last 5-minute aroma addition of Strisel spalts. I'll try to knock them down. Get them incorporated. They smell too good to avoid. So we'll let this boil for 5 more minutes, and then guess what? We're done. Time to chill it. So we will see you once we're chilling everything down. Alrighty, here we are, chilling the batch down. Smells wonderful. We're already at 100 degrees. It's only been sitting here for a few minutes, really. So I'll sometimes bob the chiller up and down here. It speeds it up a little bit. Yeah, so chilling the batch down. Smells wonderful. I'm very excited about this batch. So yeah, we will chill this down now. Probably take 10 or 20 minutes. And yeah, then it's time to get the yeast pitched. I guess I should probably clean and sanitize my fermenter, huh? That would be good. Alright, so everything's cooled down. Now it's time to get it into the fermenter. So I'll toss that lid there. Everything, of course, cleaned and sanitized. I'm going to take my paddle here, put it in there. We have to mix in the honey, of course, but first we're going to get the beer in there, the wort, the delicious wort. So here we are. I am so excited. This smells so good. So damn good. Alright. Man, I tell you, lift that thing. That's a little challenging. Alright, so yeah, I gotta whoops, away that goes. Reapply my hands here. Of course, what just fell off the top of that thing is my my airlock and my lid. Damn it. Alrighty, well I guess I will be re-sanitizing, alright? A little bit foamy here. Get that incorporated there. We'll let that sit for a second. While that's going, I'm going to re-sanitize my stuff that fell on the ground here, which is easy with a sulfite solution. You basically just spray it down. Sulfite's a contact sanitizer, and it will do the trick. Kills everything on contact. Spray, spray, spray. Whoop, I guess I should move over here so you can see what we're doing. Okay, so now we're going to get this honey incorporated, which is right here. I have heated up this Noble Bee honey. This is one of our local honey companies. They produce absolutely delicious, wonderful honey, and I have heated it up just a hair to make it easier to pour, and you can see it's nice and liquid. So we're going to get this batch moving around. Here we go. I tried not to heat it up too much, so that way it didn't damage the flavors, but just enough to make it liquid. Nice and smooth, easy to drain into the fermenter here. Don't want to go through through all the trouble of putting honey into your batch and not have a little bit of a, reminiscent flavor. If you overheat it or if you use shit honey, that will be a problem. Ah, it smells so good. It smells so good. Oh, that Noble Bee honey. It's got such a wonderful smell. If you ever want to try this, again, like I said, Noble Bee honey. This is the only honey we carry in our store. It is absolutely wonderful. Made here in Iowa in the Amana colonies. Gosh, it's just great. And the owner of Noble Bee just so happens to be a home brewer, so he stops by, drops off cases of honey for us, and then picks up all his homebrew stuff. Very good guy. Alrighty. There we go. Smells good. Let's see. We are... Yeah, it looks like we're just over 5 gallons. So you know what? I'm not going to worry about this here. What's left in the bucket, or I'm sorry, the boil kettle, lot of green. Lots and lots of green. So I'm just going to let that be. We're going to take a gravity reading now. So... tastes delicious. Oh, it's a little higher than I thought. Let's check here. Sorry, I'm standing up in the light now. Yeah, we're sitting at 1048 according to the refractometer, which is perfect. Recipe called for 1049. So this is exactly where we want to be. This is good. Alright, this is exactly where we want it to be. It's sitting at 72 degrees. Our gravity was spot on. Now it's time to add our yeast. So, the yeast I have here is in a gigantic starter. This is a reculture from the wedding beer I made. So, without further ado, we'll get this incorporated. Oh, you know what? Well, I'll just watch it. My stir bar is in there. In we go. Alrighty. Stir bar is still in place down there with a little chunky yeast. Shoot, I think we're okay though. Alrighty. So there we go. This sucker's gonna explode. I got a feeling. I got a feeling. Okay. So now I'm gonna take the lid here, pop this on. My blow-off tube assembly. I went ahead and just grabbed the blow-off tube because I've got a feeling this one's going to explode. Alright. Now, lid's on. I'm going to go ahead and take this over to the fermentation chamber and we'll get it all squared away over there. So we'll see you over there. Okay, so here we are. We've got the batch in the fermenting bucket here, cozied up in the fermentation chamber with the firm wrap on it. I've actually got a blow-off assembly because I'm pretty sure this one's going to just explode. Going into one of Nikki and I's beautiful wedding wine bottles. She designed all these wonderful graphics for it. Love it. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. Made with love. How fun is that? Actually, no, maybe I'll just rotate it here just a little bit. And so we've got our thermometer probe here, and I'm just going to go ahead and actually just tape it right in place. So accurate, no need to worry. There we go. So it's going to, the foam's going to help pick up a little bit more of the temperature from actually the liquid here rather than the refrigerator. It's close enough, it works great. I'm going to seal this up here and turn it on. It's just that easy to brew awesome beer. What? So there you go, YouTube. In the fermentation chamber, rocking and rolling. Like I said, I'm anticipating this one to have quite a bit of activity right off the front. That was a huge starter we did. So, looking good. Of course, the nut brown ale, you saw this in another video. It's doing well. It's sitting right at like 68 degrees, so it's probably time to let it get into a keg. Maybe put it into a keg, I'm going to let it sit maybe another day or two, just allow more stuff to settle out, but it's going really well. And yeah, so very good brew day. Things were spot on. Yeah, can't complain about that. So if you've got any questions or anything, definitely leave a comment down in the comments section. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. Like the video if you haven't gotten a chance to. And yeah, hopefully you learned something. If you've got any questions about the process or anything about all grain brewing in general or extract or whatever, let me know. And of course, as always, all of the ingredients you saw in this video and other videos can be bought at the shop, DIYHomebrewSupply.com. Yeah, so there you go. Just that easy. Not too bad of a brew day. We did the full 90-minute boil, drive off that DMS, added the honey right at the end so it didn't damage the flavors. Gigantic yeast starter. I can only imagine this one's going to be a rock star. So until then, thanks for watching YouTube. Cheers. We'll see you soon. 17.